Hello learners, how are you all? I hope you all are fine, right? So in previous session we have already discussed about the concept of idealism, the meaning of idealism and its exponents. So today we will discuss about the forms of idealism and all other parts of the idealism. Let's see. What are the forms of idealism here? Forms of idealism are the subjective idealism, absolute idealism, objective idealism and phenomenal idealism. Let us discuss one by one. Subjective idealism. Subjective idealism, Berkeley is the proponent of this philosophy and he believes in existence of mind only. Okay, and attributes and qualities are mental as they are subjective in nature. Attributes are very much personal in nature. Actually, the हर किसी का qualities और personality different होता है. Okay, but the mind exist करता है, जो mind perceive करता है, जो sense करता है, वही उसके लिए reality बन जाता है. That's why it is written here. It is subjective in nature. Why? Because it is not objective in nature. It is subjective in nature. Because subjective in nature means it may vary from person to person. Okay? कोई भी चीज को परसेप्ट करना हर एक इंसान के लिए सेम नहीं होता है, वो अलग अलग होता है. ठीक है, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज सब्जेक्टिव इन नेचर एंड द personalities and qualities vary from person to person. That's why here Berkeley says that there is existence of mind only. Okay, and in absolute idealism, Fichte and Hegel are the proponents. And here only self or soul is the absolute reality. In this physical world, all events are governed by some absolute laws. Remember this. And so only absolute laws are real. They are also known as the law of nature. And the whatever the events is happening in the world, that progress in the world are the outcome of thesis, antithesis and synthesis. So here what is thesis, antithesis and synthesis? Let's try to understand in the next slide. See here, this is also known as Hegelian dialectic. Okay, how the progress is goes on. See, suppose, see, some thesis comes first. First some thesis come and opposite to that antithesis come, and there is a confliction between thesis and antithesis. To solve that confliction between thesis and antithesis, synthesis come, and the synthesis will again become new thesis, and for that new thesis again another antithesis will come opposite to that thesis. Again there will be confliction between the thesis and antithesis, and to the solution of that thesis and antithesis, again there will be synthesis and new thesis will come. For that new thesis, again another antithesis will come opposite to that thesis. Again synthesis will be there and that will become the new thesis. Like that the progress will go on. There will be evolution of the, I can say there will be evolution of idea. First let's take an example. See here, thesis. Suppose for example thesis, some people need to go to the bank to draw cash. Okay, this is a problem for someone. Some idea, this idea has come to someone's mind that people need to go to the bank to draw cash, and this is the thesis. And opposite to that, opposite idea is that will become the antithesis to that thesis. What is the opposite idea? It is not necessary to go to the bank to draw money. Okay, this is the antithesis. And what synthesis will do? And as the antithesis and thesis, there is a confliction between these two. What synthesis will do? Synthesis will try to solve this confliction between the thesis and antithesis. Like this synthesis, what synthesis? Here there will be a solution. Solution is there. Develop ATMs that can dispense cash at convenient locations. Okay, so this is the solution for these two ideas, thesis and antithesis. यहाँ पे thesis में क्या कि people को बैंक जाना पड़ेगा कैश को ड्रॉ करने के लिए. तो एंटीथेसिस ने क्या कहा? एंटीथेसिस ने कहा कि पैसा निकालने के लिए बैंक जाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. तो सिंथेसिस ने, थेसिस ने कहा बैंक जाना है, एंटीथेसिस ने कहा बैंक नहीं जाना है. तो सिंथेसिस ने क्या किया? क्या करें जो कि दोनों का प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व किया जा सके, मतलब कैश भी निकाला जा सके और बैंक भी ना जाया जाए. तो क्या होगा? तो एटीएम को डेवलप कर दिया गया. तो एटीएम को डेवलप करने से क्या होगा? बैंक भी जाना नहीं पड़ेगा और हमको एटीएम से पैसा भी हम निकाल सकते हैं. तो दिस इज द सिंथेसिस. लाइक दैट. तो यहाँ पे वर्ल्ड में जो भी हमारा प्रोग्रेस हो रहा है, तो दैट इज द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ आइडिया, वी कैन से दैट इज द इवोल्यूशन ऑफ आइडिया। मतलब कोई भी एक समस्या आई तो उस समस्या को समस्या एक थेसिस बन गई, ठीक है, और उस स्टेटमेंट उस समस्या के लिए जो स्टेटमेंट भी बना, जो आइडिया आया वो बना थेसिस, ठीक है, और उस थेसिस के अगेंस्ट में जो आइडिया आया वो बना एंटीथेसिस। तो उस दोनों को कन्फ्लिक्शन दोनों के कन्फ्लिक्शन को सॉल्व करने के लिए जो नया थेसिस आया वो बन गया हमारा सिंथेसिस, ठीक है। उसके बाद उसको जो मॉडिफिकेशन करेगा, उसको फिर जो अपोज करेगा वो बन जाएगा एंटीथेसिस। फिर तो थेसिस एंड एंटीथेसिस के बीच में फिर से और जो सॉल्यूशन नेक्स्ट न्यू सॉल्यूशन आएगा उसको वो हो जाएगा हमारा न्यू थेसिस, दैट इज द बिकम द सिंथेसिस। लाइक दैट द प्रोग्रेस विल go on. Okay, and this is known as our Hegelian dialectic. Objective idealism. Plato is the proponent of the objective idealism, and he believes that there is no God without world and there is no world without God. It means the universe is created by God. Okay, if God is real, he will always remain real, whether or not anybody consider him real. And independent existence of reality is the source of all the souls. Okay, and his opinion that reality of spirit is not because it is realized by someone, but it is independent of realization. Next is phenomenal idealism, and Kant is the exponent of this phenomenal idealism. And according to him, knowledge that we have acquired about physical world is not actually and absolutely real. It is only the phenomenon of reality. हम जो देखते हैं, जो knowledge acquire करते हैं फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में, जो हम देखते हैं, जो नॉलेज एक्वायर करते हैं, एक्चुअली हम उसको एब्सोल्यूट रियल नहीं कह सकते। इट इज ओनली द फेनोमेनन ऑफ रियलिटी। कुछ और भी सत्य हो सकता है। वी फील दैट this is the reality and this is the phenomenal reality. We cannot say that this is the exact 100% reality. Okay, and the original or absolute reality cannot be known as it is beyond our capacities. So God, heaven, hell, actually we feel that these exist, but actually we don't know actually whether it exists or not. So God, heaven, hell actually cannot be known by anybody. Next is the metaphysics of idealism. What is metaphysics of idealism here? Idealism is the metaphysical view that associates reality to the ideas in the mind rather than to material object. मतलब यहाँ पे mind को ही reality माना गया है. Ideas in the mind is the reality rather than the material objects. Okay, it believes in the ideas, not in the material objects. It lays emphasis on the mental or spiritual component of experience and renounces the notion of the material existence. So what is the reality here? Ultimate reality is ideas, mind, self, or consciousness. So reality which is not dynamic means idea is not dynamic. Idea is the ultimate reality. It never changes. Okay, but the material world, material objects, it can change. It is dynamic in nature, but the idea is not in dynamic in nature. Okay. Next is epistemology. What is the epistemology for the idealism? Epistemological idealism is a subjective position in epistemology that holds that what one knows about an object exists only in one's mind. It is opposite to epistemological realism. Knowledge is obtained when ideas are brought into consciousness by self-examination. So knowledge is the knowledge of spirituality. मतलब यहाँ पे epistemology मतलब क्या है? जैसे कि हम मेटाफिजिक्स में पढ़े कि mind is the idea is the ultimate reality. So here whatever the knowledge comes, that is the because of the self examination of that ideas. Okay, knowledge is obtained when ideas are brought into consciousness. मतलब जो भी माइंड में आइडियाज है उस आइडियाज को पहले हमें कॉन्शियसनेस को लाना पड़ेगा और सेल्फ एग्जामिन करना पड़ेगा. आफ्टर द सेल्फ एग्जामिनेशन ऑफ दैट आइडियाज नॉलेज विल बी obtained. So knowledge is the knowledge of spirituality. Okay, next is axiology. Axiology here, the axiology is the ultimate aim through realization of ultimate aim is through self-discipline or self-control. Here these two are the axiology of the idealism. Next is fundamental principles of idealism. What are the fundamental principles of idealism? Here we know that this universe is created by, who has created this universe? The universe is created by God. God is the ultimate reality. Idea is the ultimate reality. The material world is nothing but an outward manifestation of the ultimate reality. Okay, and whatever the material world you are able to see, that material world is the reflection of the idea only. Okay, according to the idealism, the material world is the reflection of idea only. The material world is mortal and changing, whereas the idea is not mortal. Idea is never dynamic. Okay, and ultimate reality, which consists of ideas and values, is eternal and unchanging. Idea is unchanging, whereas the material is changing. So human body is the false as it is mortal, soul is the true as it is immortal. That's why I have told this earlier also in the previous slide. The human body is false. Why? Because it may die, it can destroy, but the soul never die. Soul is true as it is immortal. It is not dynamic, it is unchanging. Okay, nothing exists except what exists in the absolute mind, of which our finite minds are parts. What mind projects into the world is the only reality. Okay, mind is only the reality. Mind is beyond everything. Mind evolves and brings progressive changes in man and in the environment. Whatever the changes occurs in the environment, whatever the progressive changes is there, that is the because of the ideas whatever present in the mind of the man. The full evolution of mind enables a man to know the truth and avoid the error and the evil. Mind is the creator of the new and the explainer of the existing phenomena. Truth, goodness, and beauty are the spiritual ideas to which man should aspire and strive for. This is the task that the idealist assigns to education. Knowledge through the activity of mind rather than through the senses is the first article of faith in the idealism. So in idealism में क्या कहा गया है? What is the principles? Idealism that कि विश्व ब्रह्मांड को भगवान ने बनाया, गॉड ने विश्व ब्रह्मांड को बनाया, और अल्टीमेट रियलिटी क्या है? अल्टीमेट रियलिटी है आइडिया. ठीक है, द मटेरियल वर्ल्ड तो मोटल है, इट इज चेंजिंग इन नेचर, ये कभी भी बदल सकता है, ये डायनामिक है, लेकिन आइडिया जो है, वैल्यूज जो है, इटरनल है, अनचेंजिंग है, ये कभी चेंज नहीं होगा. एंड ह्यूमन बॉडी कभी भी इसका मृत्यु हो सकता है, लेकिन आत्मा की कभी मृत्यु नहीं होती. सो आत्मा ट्रू है, सोल इज द ट्रू एज इट इज इमोर्टल, बट ह्यूमन बॉडी इज फॉल्स एज इट इज मोर्टल. नथिंग इज एग्जिस्ट एक्सेप्ट व्हाट एग्जिस्ट इन द एब्सोल्यूट माइंड ऑफ which our finite minds are part. मतलब यहाँ पे जो भी है विश्व ब्रह्मांड में हम जो भी कुछ देख रहे हैं, जो भी मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड को देख रहे हैं, दैट इज द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ आवर आइडियाज. आइडियाज है तभी ये मेटेरियल वर्ल्ड है. ठीक है, and man is essentially a spiritual being, and his spiritual alone distinguishes him from animal. His spirit only enables him to control his environment. यहाँ पे environment में जो भी changes आ रहा है, that is because of ideas only. Hence the idealist aspires to emancipate the spirit. They attach no importance to life of flesh. They are high priest of life of spirit. Man's spiritual nature is the very essence of his being. यहाँ पे spiritual values को बहुत importance दिया गया है, जो कि that spirituality only distinguishes him from animal. जो कि ह्यूमन बीइंग के पास वही जो स्पिरिचुअल नेचर के वजह से ही वो खुद को बाकी जानवरों से अलग खुद की पहचान बना सकता है. ठीक है, एंड आइडियाज एंड पर्पज आर द रियलिटीज ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस. सो हियर व्हाट इज द रियलिटी? हियर आइडियाज एंड पर्पजेस आर द रियलिटीज ऑफ एग्जिस्टेंस. ओनली द आइडिया एग्जिस्ट इन दिस वर्ल्ड, and the personality, the union of ideas and purposes, is the ultimate reality. Man is free agent, free to choose of his ends and means to realize them. What is the aims of education according to idealism? Aims of education are the self realization. First aim of education is self realization, खुद को realize करना.